Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Really? Good afternoon, everyone. Can you please let me know if you can hear me well? It is good to see everyone here. And yes, it is Monday, and just fishy time, and I am going to attempt to do this for 2 hours. So I hope that would work for you to be here for all, or at least some of it. That'd be awesome. Now, let's see who's here. I do see that Toy Man's Bar and Grill is here. I see Joseph Grohl. Oh, Joseph Grohl is here. I might just have to play a button here in a minute. Now, just so you all know, I am at my church. They let me borrow their church again, being I have been having internet issues, and being I'm doing this solo, I figured this would be best, to do it where I know I have or should have reliable internet, especially since I'm going to try to do it for 2 hours. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is I am at the church. I am on my mobile device, so if I miss anything or whatever, that would be why. I am borrowing their PC to try to see to keep up, but to doing things like playing buttons and such might take me just a tiny bit more time, and I gotta be careful not to push the end button. So I'm just gonna be careful. Anyways, to go back to the list here, I do see that Gemma's Journey is here. Hello, sister. How are you doing? Taz T, so good to see you. And Christy. And Gemma, I see that you shared. And Christy, good to see you. And you shared also. That is just so beautiful, so wonderful. Just think of how, that's just showing how much of a family we are. It's good to share out each other and just, we're a big happy family, right? For the most part. I do see that Nora has snuck into the stream here too. We're all just kind of swimming, swimming, swimming. On my end, anyways, on YouTube, I do see that we have somewhere between 7 to 8 people watching, which is amazing. Thank you for being here this wonderful Monday afternoon. If you know of anybody else that would like to tag along to be here with Fishy for 2 hours, let them know. Joseph, did you say hallelujah? Hallelujah. There you go. Just so great to see everybody here. It's almost like a family reunion, right? We have Mondays and Thursdays now. Monday with Fishy, and then Thursdays as our show, right? Our live stream show with Toy Man and Fishy. And then I suppose then you always got Friday if you want to go hang out at the bar, right? So there's all sorts of things to do. Now I'm going to be very careful here. My luck would be I would, push the end button, which would just be lovely, wouldn't it? I do have to say, if I have anything to say to StreamYards in regards to how they do the StreamYards on a mobile device, in my opinion, they should put that end button not at the bottom of the phone. It's at the bottom on the right. And I've been so close with my finger before that I've been like, oh, so thankful I have not pushed it accidentally. The only time I pushed it accidentally was, I believe it was the Halloween stream that Toyman Bar and Grill and I were doing, and I purposely pushed it that time, thinking that's how I exit the stream, only to have my heart sink to find out it was saying that the live stream was being ended, and I was like, oh my goodness. Oh well. Okay, oh, guess what? Just because I just did play that countdown, I do see now on my phone that Joseph Gruel, your button is not that far away. So if I can carefully do this. Okay, Joseph Gruel, here is your special button.
Joseph Grohl is in the house. Woo! 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 Joseph Grohl is in the house. Woo! Woo! Woo!
Well, there you go. See, I got it done, and hey, I didn't end the stream, so we're doing good. I do see that M Puppy Breath is here. Oh, it's so amazing to see you here. We've missed ya. I'm glad that things Well, let's just say YouTube has been better for you lately. If none of you know this, sometimes there's what they call Google mods, and they're just little, they program them to help monitor, I guess you could say, help monitor things. And sometimes there are glitches, and like puppy breath, poor puppy breath, and maybe others. And I know that I have had it myself also. For a while, could not comment, like it wouldn't stick, and that's so frustrating. So I'm glad that things seem to be cleared up now in that regards. I do know in the past, it's probably a year, maybe 2 years ago now, I was making comments, and other people were making comments in normal live streams, and yeah, Google Mod was like kind of a new thing at the time that we were aware of, anyways, and they were going crazy. Like people would say hi, and they like Google Mods would get rid of it, or famous, or love, or good night. I think it was. Those were like the words that for some reason they were like deleting those, but then people were being funny and like writing in far worse words on purpose, and they did not like delete those. So that made no sense in my mind whatsoever. Well, in nobody's mind, not just mine. I see everybody talking to each other, and that is wonderful. I love to see people talking to each other. That's good. We're all family here. Puppy Breast says, happy to be here. Google gobbling bots. Oh, gobbling. That's funny. Yes, Google's gobbling bots. That's a good way to put it. But I'm glad that you have tamed them. That's what happened. Puppy Breath, you tamed them, and now you're good. Yay. Ah, Gemma's Journey. It's very good to see you here. It's always good to see every one of you here. Like I say, it's like a family reunion. Speaking of family reunions, you usually need to eat at a family reunion, right? So, like, did anybody here have food today? I would think so. Well, it depends on where you're at, too, right? Because, Gemma, I'm not even sure what time. Oh, wait, I would have an idea. Aren't you like 7 hours, 6 or 7 hours ahead of Central Standard Time? I think that's about what it is. So it's like maybe 9 or 10 o'clock at night, I think. So you have, if I'm accurate or at least close, that probably means you had most of your meals. But there's always room for a snack. I enjoy having snacks anyways, especially if I'm doing a live stream or if I'm at somebody's live stream. I mean, come on, you might as well at least have a beverage. You want to enjoy your time. Sip on if it's in the morning, you could sip on a cup of coffee. I mean, you might not want it now for some people, because I have heard for some caffeine can, keep them up at night. For me, caffeine might affect me in the way that my heart rate might go faster, but it doesn't stop me from going to sleep. Not that I have recognized anyway. All right, so Gemma said that she had supper 2 hours ago. Now, also just a warning, I guess, for you all that like I say, I am at church and there's normally nobody here. But today they did have a little, like a ladies' craft time. I think they had spent a couple hours doing crafts, basically. And so they're on the tail end of cleaning up, and it's kind of a family thing. Well, kind of a mom and daughter thing, let's just say. So what I'm trying to say is if you hear any racket in the background, be it adults or younger people, that would be why. I mean, we shouldn't hear that, I don't think. I am by myself in the sanctuary here. But I'm just giving you a heads up if you wonder if you hear something. It's just them, having a great day and, jibber jabbering. Well, hi, Moose Gal. Good to see you. Says your sticker made it on Captain Jerk's mirror. Okay, cool. That is wonderful to hear. Taz T, I am at church basically borrowing their internet. My internet, as a lot of you know, doesn't always work as good as it should. And I just figured I'd be more comfortable uh, basically borrowing internet from somebody. And my church family has been so wonderful letting me borrow their internet at times when I have asked. And so that is what I'm doing. To make it easier, I am just doing the stream on my mobile device, and that way I didn't have to bring any extra equipment, and I don't have to mess with their equipment. The only thing I am using their PC here just to have the stream open, so it's a little easier to see comments, and that way I can also leave the phone like ready to maybe put put things up without going back and forth with comments and such. Less chance that maybe I won't like end my own stream because that could potentially be sad. I see Taz T said on the way home or on no on my way from school. So yeah, on your way home, Taz T, right? So there you go. So you can kind of watch and listen as a podcast almost. Puppy breath. I see you're gonna go and do something, and that's just fine. Hurry back. We'll be here. So yeah, so since we're talking about food, I do understand some people like you, Gemma, might not be wanting to eat or drink anything at this point in time because it is getting later in the day, potentially closer to your bedtime. Because as far as I have been, well, as far as I am aware, that is, it is best to try not to eat things too close to your bedtime. I think they say at least an hour, especially if you have digestive issues, right? Gemma's Journey says you do have a podcast voice, sis. Well, that's kind of cool there, Gemma. I like that. Thank you. Yeah, you never know, I guess, what the future holds. Maybe I'll find, I don't know, maybe I'll just find something that I can do in life that would use my voice, right? In regards to, well, I guess I'm doing it right now also, right? I mean, this is kind of like a podcast. Somebody was asking that, I think, last week, if I recall, and they're like, is this like a podcast? And I was thinking, well, in a sense it is because you just see my avatar. You don't actually see me, and you definitely can hear me. So it's kind of like a podcast. Anyways, well, first off, I'm going to continue doing things here on YouTube, of course. But maybe I'll find other means where I can use my voice and be able to maybe make a little income at the same time, which would really help. I see hunting and stuff with J&J. It is so good to see you. How's the weather for you? Did you get any snow? Here the other day, my area was under a winter storm warning of getting a lot of snow and then a lot of wind too, which can cause blizzards. They had said maybe around, well, they kept changing it, but the ultimate of what they said at the end, that the last thing I heard, they had said 8 to 14 inches. Now, I never did hear what they figure was the average in our area, but just me myself going outside with an old-fashioned ruler, I measured the snow in different spots because obviously some is going to be a little deeper and some is going to be a little bit more shallow. And so it was anywhere near the house, anyways, anywhere from like 4 to 6 inches or something like that. So I'm gonna say we got at least 5 inches, and maybe we got more. But if we only got like 5 inches, or basically less than 8 inches, well, when they said we're gonna get 8 to 14, we got a little bit shy, and that's okay. This week it's supposed to get pretty warm out. It's supposed to get into the 50s, I believe, like 50 degrees Fahrenheit, somewhere in there. I do see little Llama Laura is here. It is so great to see you. Okay, no snow for hunting and stuff with J&J. Okay, well, that's nice. So anyway, so go on. I think I started and I got on a little rabbit trail, which or a fishy trail maybe you'd call it. I don't know. But anyways, I was going to ask if anybody here, other than maybe people that it might be late, like Gemma, and I mean Gemma, maybe you still are gonna have a snack, and that's fine, because I think you do stay up for a while, also, right? Anyways, does anybody here have any good snacks or beverages? If so, feel free to let us know. I mean, I love hearing about, well, food and beverages, and when we talk about the weather. It's kind of like on Thursdays. Those are the things that we like to talk about. And even in my solo streams, that's still like what I like to talk about. I see Toyman's Bar and Grill says it's 47 degrees where he is at. And that is another thing. Not only can you tell me what you're eating and drinking, or maybe you forgot about that. And, feel free, go and swim away for a minute or two or even half an hour if it takes you that to make yourself a really delicious something or another. Go ahead or let me know what you're having. Anyways, the other thing you can say, kind of like Toyman has done, you can also let me know how the weather is. I mean, do you have snow? Is it warm out? Is it cold? Is it raining? What is it doing? Is it windy? That is another thing. It did get pretty windy uh, during the storm, so it did get to be a little hard to see outside, especially in the dark. So I am very glad that didn't have to go anywhere because when snow is flying around, it's hard enough to see during the daylight. But then you add in the factor of it getting dark early nowadays. And yeah, well, darkness and snow in the air does not mix well when you're driving. Let's just say. Excuse me, got a froggy in my throat, apparently. I was just thinking, it's not even been 20 minutes and I already or not feeling, my voice is getting a little hoarse. It's like, how's this gonna go? Well, I suppose if it worst case scenario, I can always, have somebody else come up to speak for a while if need be. But I will try my best to get through the 2 hours myself because that's my goal. It's supposed to be solo time with Fishy. Yes. So Toyman's Bar and Grill has coffee. Llama Laura said, "I'm just making a bacon sandwich for me for a bed snack." Hey, that's a good idea. There's a lot of flavor in there. Jolly Ranchers are tasty. Oh yes. Oh, Gemma, you're okay. So Gemma got Jolly Ranchers from the local candy shop, and then little Llama Laura was saying that they're tasty, which they are. It's been a while since I've had those. I'm trying to think of the different flavors. Like Gemma, how many different colors did you get? From the ones I've had that I can think of and remember, my favorite kind was the blue one, which I believe they call a blue raspberry. Am I correct? Another reason I like the blue raspberry is that sometimes with my syndrome that I deal with, I get kind of nauseous. And there's something about that, or maybe not always nauseous. Well, I guess it'd be still the same thing. I was gonna say nauseous or an upset stomach or something. There is something about the blue raspberry one. It could be a Jolly Rancher. It could be a sucker or however you want to call it, a lollipop, maybe even licorice. That's that flavor. There's something about that flavor that seems to make my belly feel better and make the nausea go away a little bit. So I guess that's food for thought. Hey, food for thought, literally. Kind of, if you want to consider candy food. I guess it is. You eat it, right? Anyway. This is funny talking to myself about blue candy. Okay. Anyways, food for thought. That if you have nausea sometimes or stomach problems, maybe try it. Maybe it'll help you. It does help me. Along with, of course, like ginger ale or like my now new favorite is ginger beer. And I know for people that don't know what that is, and if I heard that, well, actually, when I heard that the first time, I thought that was alcoholic automatically, but it's not necessarily. Some is alcoholic and some is non-alcoholic, and if you want it alcoholic, you have to add your own alcohol. Anyways, I like drinking ginger beer, just non-alcoholic, straight from the can, and to me that is like heaven, and it does make my stomach feel better if I'm having stomach issues, and it tastes great. If you like ginger, or if you like ginger ale, like soda pop, you will love ginger beer. It is more concentrated, I think would be the thought. It is more concentrated. So now when I have ginger ale, it tastes so watered down. Does that make sense? Anyways, I love ginger beer. I first heard of ginger beer from Bryce and Evie from New Zealand, and I had wanted so badly to taste it, and they had thought about if they were able to maybe send me some, and it didn't work out, and that's okay. Everything costs money, and they've got their new life going, and well, anyways, I finally got to taste it. I finally found it, and I'm like, this stuff is amazing. So there you go. I got myself talking about ginger beer. Okay, Gemma said got the blue raspberry and strawberry and grape. Is that what you said, right? Yes? Ooh, those are all good ones. Yep, see? Little Llama Laura likes the blue ones the most, and the grape ones are really good too. You are correct. Good day to all in the chat, says Brian. Good to see you, Brian. How are you feeling? I do hope that Dee Dee, your cat, is being nicer to you now. You know, be nice, Dee Dee. Taz T says, Fishy, how did you get injured by a cow? Well, this must be from something from a past conversation, or did I miss something here in the chat? But it doesn't matter. Either way. This is how it was. Here's a story. Who wants a fishy story? Before I go into that, I want to say that M. Puppy Breath said, Ginger, everything is great. The beer sounds great. It is. M. Puppy Breath, have you had ginger ale or something like that before? Like I say, ginger beer is like that in taste, except a lot better, in my opinion, because there's a lot more flavor. It's more intense, a lot of ginger flavor. Now, if you can get the kind that has like sugar or cane sugar or whatever in it versus the corn syrupy junk, that does make a big difference too. Now, I could be incorrect, but I believe people like Gemma, I don't think in their country they even let them have fructose in corn syrup, but I could be wrong. I know some countries. Let's just say it that way. I know some countries they don't even have things like corn syrup, fructose, GMO, those kind of things. I don't know specifically if it's like that for you, Gemma. You can let us know. I'm not sure. But here they have, well, it seems like almost everything has all that junk in it unless you really look for it. Like it used to be not that hard to find things with just sugar in it and not fructose and corn syrup, but now it's the other way. It's really hard to find things that are purely just sugar, I guess, or some sort of other natural sweetener. Oh, you don't feel very good today there, Brian? Well, I hope I can help cheer you up. Oh my, look who's here. Is it Captain Jerk? It is good to see you here, Justin. All right, so back to story time. Taz T asked me how I got injured by a cow. And like I say, I probably mentioned it. I know I did actually. I know I've mentioned it before in past streams. This is what happened. It was on a morning, a handful of years ago. Winter, actually. It was in the winter. It was actually in December. So the same month as we are now. But it was a handful of years ago now. Maybe almost 6 years ago, actually. Time flies. I'm there for a while where I could say it was a year ago or 2 years ago, but now I think it's more like 6 years ago. Anyways, I was going out to the barn because we had, I had a Jersey cow. Okay? And the reason I was going to the barn wasn't only to like check on her, because you gotta do animal chores and all that, right? But she also was in heat, which means that she could get pregnant, right? She was in heat. Well, I didn't have any male cow, which would be called a bull, on the place. I just had her. So had called a person to come in to AI her, artificially inseminate her so that she could have her own calf, possibly. Well, I was trying to get her um, into the milking stall because, see, I was milking her too. Uh, well, I don't know if she was milking at the time, but she had milked previously, so we had like a one stall milking stanchion area, which would just make it easier for the person coming to do what he need to do without her running around the pen, right? But there were some things I had to move out of the way, being she would help herself of going into that milking stall because back when I was milking her, I would bribe her with treats, with grains of different sorts, and she loved going in there because she knew she would get goodies. Well, then she was going in there. Oh, her name was Daisy, by the way, if I didn't say. My Jersey's name was Daisy. Anyway, she would just help herself of going in there all the time, and I didn't really want her going in there all the time. So I just tied like a gate in front of the doorway or whatever. So basically, I just had to move the stuff out of the way to put her into the stall. And was a very, very gentle cow. Like, she never did like anything mean. But see, up to that point, she had at one point there were other cattle that were like beef cattle that were around, so she had those friends. Also had some goats for a while, so she basically had friends. I mean, we did still have like chickens and dogs and cats, but that's not really a pal for the for the cow. Anyways, back to the story. I was moving the gate out of the way, didn't really mind of where she was because she wasn't a mean cow. Well, next thing I know, I have this. Yes, she was a smaller Jersey cow in comparison to a Holstein, but still, cows are big. Okay. So next thing I know, I have this cow that's on top of me, basically, right? She's giving me a big old hug. She's in heat. She wanted to give me a hug. That's how I look at it. And I told her to get off, and she did. Or I kind of yelled at her to get off, really. I didn't ask her nicely. And she did, but she basically landed on my ankle. And it didn't, well, it did and it didn't hurt. It was more numb than hurt at the time, but I was concerned from the way my foot got positioned after that. And I basically just had to get to the house. Okay. And so I didn't think I could get to the house because of my predicament, but you figure out things if you take a little breath and just figure out. And I do also recall her looking over at me, thinking, and she had that look in her eye, like, "What? I was just give me a hug, I'm just in the mood," because she didn't mean no harm. It's just one of those accidents that happen. And cows are cows, and that's just what happened. Anyways, I did find there was like a rake not that far from where I was at, so I got out of the pen and shut the pen and used that rake basically like a crutch, so I didn't put any pressure on my foot because I was concerned something might have happened, and like made my way to the house. I wanted to get there before the pain set in. And yeah, when I got to the house, I got into the bed, and yeah, that pain was very much ouchy, very owie. And I remember being so upset too. Not only did I hurt, but do you ever have it when things occur and it ruins your plans for the day? At that time, I was volunteering and helping and running around all the time, it seemed like. I wasn't home very much at all. So I wanted to use that day, actually, other than putting the cow in the stall, once I figured out she was in heat, I was going to clean the house. And, I had things I wanted to catch up on. Well, this is like 9 o'clock in the morning, and now I'm injured and I can't walk and I hurt, right? So that ruined my day in my mind at first. I was very sad. I mean, I was in pain, but I was very upset about my day being, my day was ruined. But you know what? I don't even know. I couldn't tell you the timing, but I would say within an hour, I adjusted my brain of what I was thinking, and I thought of, instead of being mad about the things I couldn't do, I thought of all the things I could do. And you know what? That's amazing. You should try that. If you ever have a day that isn't going your way, and I see new people coming in, I will say hi to you in a moment, okay? I'm just don't want to lose my trail of thought here. Anyways, if you ever have a day and you think of all the negatives, it's going to be horrible. And yes, that day was still horrible. I hurt bad and all that. But guess what? I thought of all the things I could do. And there was just some things like at the time, I guess I had read my Bible and I have a thing of like writing notes because I can't always remember everything I'm reading. So I just had a whole big like notebook full of notes from me reading my Bible over a few months or whatever it had been. Maybe it was a year. I don't know. I had a lot of notes. I remember that. And I kind of wanted to sit down and take the time to type them out because it's easier, to read them when they're typed out. When I had taken the notes, I think I just kind of wrote them fast and figured I would type them out one day. But you know how it goes, for me anyways, just too busy, right? Doing this, doing that, running there, running here. Well, I couldn't run no more. My foot was injured. So guess what? I was like, hey, my fingers still work. So I was able to type up all these notes I had wanted to do for a long while. And also, at that time, I hadn't touched my piano in like, I don't know, I'm going to say it was around 15 years. Let's say 10 to 15 years, just for a range. I hadn't touched my piano for a long time because of going to college and just life. And you know what? My hands and fingers still work and that's when I found my piano again. Now I did eventually end up going in because at first I and others thought that I had not broke anything because my biggest complaint was uh, the skin that got torn on the back of my heel, let's just say, from her hoof. And that's what stuck out the worst at the moment. And I could still move my toes. And it was swollen, but it wasn't really that bruised and it wasn't really that swollen, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, well, maybe I'm okay. It's just scraped skin and a little sore. But nope. When I went in and got x-rays and such, I ended up having broken bone in my foot. And then I was off my foot for, I don't know, it was like 6 weeks or something. But something just didn't seem right still, so I got a second opinion at a different place. Or was that my third one? Anyways, I went to a couple different places just to confirm, and it ended up after like 6+ weeks later, when I went to this other place, they automatically decided to x-ray my leg. They didn't x-ray my leg at first at the other places because I didn't complain about my leg. It was my ankle that hurt so bad after a while. But basically, I had a break in my leg too, and I didn't even know it. Thankfully, it was a clean break, and it healed straight, so they didn't have to do anything like break it again or some crazy thing like that. But anyways, that was a big, crazy, very painful, very long time of healing. The worst part of that wasn't actually the broken bones. It was taking a year and a half or something like that of healing my severely bad sprained ankle is what was worse. Anyways, I'm going to see if I can catch up a little bit. I'm sorry if I miss anything, if there's something that I miss, because I know I've been talking a while and you guys all been typing away. Feel free to copy and paste it again if I don't get to you on something that's very important to you, okay? All right, let me see. Okay, Gemma, back on the other topic, she said that they do have fructose products and corn syrup. Of course, okay, you do. Okay, because I have heard there's certain countries where they don't have it at all, or last I heard they didn't. But okay, Gemma, thank you for letting me be aware of that. I wasn't sure. Laura Lama said they have a sugar tax. Really? Okay, that's interesting. Taz T was extremely sick from a rare virus. It was an ER 6 years ago. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. Anything can happen, can't it? Oh, hanging with Mr. J. How are you doing? And I do see Mike that you are in here too, and Brandon Jackson. I do see you also. I saw you all pop in, but like I say, I kind of wanted to stay chatting while it's still on my focus, I guess. I see Donna is here. Typos. Oh, go fish. Well, okay, so you got your second course of that there, Donna. I hope that you feel okay. Yeah, and puppy breath. I'm glad I got through too. It took a while. Okay, I think Muscal said might be back later. Have stuff to get done. So Muscal, if you are still here, you take care, and if you aren't, well, still take care. And yeah, come back if you wish, and if it works out. Because I will be here for a while. But yeah, hanging with Mr. J. I haven't seen you in a long while. How are you doing? Um, but yeah, I guess I'm hoping that my story, the way I say it, was clear. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes when a person, I don't know, tells a story or gives directions, sometimes in our own mind it makes sense. But when we actually say it, then maybe we miss pieces. So if you have any questions, you may ask, and go ahead and ask. But I hope that was clear for everybody. And Taz T, thanks for bringing that up. It is a story that I could share, I guess. Stella, says Phantom Hodges Drone. Yes, that's his channel name anyway. Good to see you here. How are you doing? How's the weather in your area? Long time no see, right? Because, well, I know I haven't been to a lot of streams, it seems like at times, and yeah, just keeping busy. As a lot of you know, a lot of you people here that my friends that have content themselves, it gets busier, doesn't it? Like before I made content, I had to do that balance of, you know, watching people's stuff or being at their streams and life. Because there is, at one point when I first got into learning more about YouTube, because I mean, I watched little things here and there way, way back. But once I figured out that there were like live streams and really nice people here on YouTube that you could actually get to know, of course I wanted to watch all their videos and be at all their live streams and be there the whole time if I could, right? And support them. But you know what happens when you do that? That's all you do for 24 hours after you learn a lot of, or after you get to know a lot of people, I should say. So just keep that in mind. I mean, for all of you, I'm not sure if you guys ever have that issue. But anyways, I had that issue, and that was before I made content. And then after that, I figured out that no, there has to be a balance. All we can do is the best we can. Um, my closer YouTube friends, I watch each and every one of their videos. I may not get to watch them right away still because life can get busy, right? But I do watch all of them and give them their thumbs up. There are and usually make a comment. Now there's other people's videos that are still great people that I know, and sometimes I don't take the time to comment, but I'll still watch and give a thumbs up. And then of course there's other content on YouTube. Just people that you enjoy watching. And now that I know that, because way back, okay, to backtrack, before I knew more about YouTube, I'd watch parts of videos, but I didn't know it hurt them. Now that I know that part, even people I don't know, I try to let the whole video run through. But people that I follow that I don't really know that do vlogs, let's say, they do daily vlogs. Like this one person I follow, she does like a vlog every single day. And each vlog is at least 30 minutes up to like an hour. And if I miss a week's worth, let's say, there is no way I can catch up. So what I did, this is a mindset thing for me anyway. For those type of videos, I either pick one of that. Let's say I'm going to catch up a week later. I'll be like, okay, I'll pick one of those videos, and it'd either be the latest video, the shortest video, or a video that has the topic I'm most interested in. Do you guys ever do that too, or am I the only one that does that? Yeah, let me know. Like, how do you decipher? How do you like keep up, right? Like if it's a circumstance like what I'm saying, if it's somebody that puts out a video like every day and they're like up to an hour each and you can't watch them except for maybe one day in the week, how do you do that? Do you go by how long the video is, by the topic, or which one's the newest? What do you do? Be interesting to know what other people do. Oh, hanging with Mr. J. You said you're doing good and getting ready for Christmas. Uh, well, and in regards to you asking if I'm feeling better, I am feeling pretty good today. I mean, I have my ups and downs because, as some of you know, I do have I have a autoimmune condition or a syndrome, I guess you would call it, and it is called. It's a really long word, and then I'll tell you the initials after. How's that? Or words, really long words or phrase. I don't know. Anyways, this is what I have. I have post-dural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, which, if you want to shorten that up and say it really quick with just the initials, it's POTS. POTS. That's the easier way to say it, but it's best, I think, to explain it first so you know what it stands for. And that is something I was thinking about maybe doing some video content up, or content on, I should say. Sorry, my words are getting kind of funny at times. Anyways, I was thinking about doing some videos in regards to like what POTS is, maybe like what I deal with, or things like that. What do you think? Is that something you would be interested of knowing? Because I would be more than happy to do it. I'm just, basically I want to do things I like to do, but I want to do things that you appreciate and would like to watch. See what I mean? I see Swampy Acres Homestead is here. So good to see you. And just a reminder for anybody here, if I do miss any of your comments and you really want me to see it, just put it again. And if nothing else, well, actually, no, that doesn't help much on here, does it? I was going to say if you put my channel name in, then it would be read, but it actually wouldn't be because I'm not logged in. But just, I don't know, just say it again or put it in capitals or, put fishy or I don't know, and I'll try to see it. And I do apologize if I don't. I do know that people here that have done their own live streams, I know you can relate and understand because when you're the one typing it, you're like, why aren't they answering? Why don't they see it? I mean, come on, the stream is not moving that fast. But then it can be very slow and I still will miss things. It doesn't really matter the speed. But I think you can relate to that. I'm not the only one. And it is a good experience actually to be on this side. And then you can understand more, I guess, what's going on. Okay, Donna said that's a new one on me. Go fish. Okay. Yes, the holidays are here. That is true. Oh, wow. NBA. So wonderful to see you here. I think this is the first time you've been at one of my live streams. So that means a lot. Thank you for being here. And I see the Redneck Connection. Ken, you are here also. So good to see you. How are you feeling today? I understand. Okay. I do understand that you deal with chronic things just like me. But that if you say you're having a good day, that would just mean your pains or whatever you're dealing with would not be as intense. Or that's how I view it, right? So I hope you're having a less intense day. How's that? Yeah, me too there, NBA. I'm so glad that you're able to I'm so glad you're able to catch me. Gee, that sounds funny. Oh, I had to say that way though. That was funny. Yes. And MBA, I know that life is busy for all of us, but yeah, at some point, if you're still game, maybe we can do some sort of music collab still down the road at some point. Okay, hanging with Mr. J said that sounds very interesting. Go Fish, I would watch. So, in regards to me talking about my autoimmune syndrome I deal with. Okay, Swampy Acres does deal with chronic pain every day. So yeah, I mean, any of you, if you deal with things, feel free to say. I do care and I do like to hear how you're doing and, what you deal with. Okay, so Ken said that he is having an okay day, had a bad night, so on zero sleep. So I understand. So you're really tired and fatigued, but today so far is better than last night, right, Ken? So that's good. That's good to hear. I hope that you get sleep though at some point, either today or tonight, right? I hope you. Let me think. You don't go live today, right? So you should be able to get some Z's, hopefully. Brian. By the way, everyone, Budget Bushcraft, who is also known as BK or Brian, since that's his name, right? That is your name, right? Yeah. Anyway, I'm being funny. He has a chronic cat problem. So yeah, I understand. And that chronic cat problem, well, I know you love Dee Dee very much. But when they decide to try to trip you, yeah, that's not. But again, right, Brian? She's an animal, just like my experience with my cow. To kind of go back on my cow story a tiny bit, I had people that after they heard about my injuries and it was from this cow and blah blah blah, they're like, "Well, I hope you put her in the freezer." No, 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 no. That's just kind of part of life of having animals, especially if they're bigger and even if they're smaller, like Dee Dee, right, Brian? Things can happen and it's not really their fault. They're an animal, you know? They can be very intelligent and lovable, but things can happen and that's just how it is with having animals. I guess I understand this because I have always lived on a farm somewhere, like a hobby farm. Growing up, I was like when I was way young, like before I can really even remember, I basically spent some time on my grandpa's farm because my parents helped run the dairy farm. So I was on the farm there. And there was some back and forth for a little bit, but still on hobby farms. And then where my parents are still today, that is where I remember most of my, memories of being a child. And I was there, I think, ever since I was like 6 is when I was raised there and on. And we had different animals, mostly like goats and dogs and cats. I mean, we did have like some calves here and there. I think we did turkeys once, seems to me, and they like all drowned or some crazy thing in the rain because apparently those turkeys weren't very smart and they looked up and they drowned or something. I'm not sure. Maybe they didn't all drown, but I think they lost some of them that way and thus they didn't really stick with doing turkeys. Okay, Ken, wake up. Ken, wake up. Come on. Come on, Ken. Stay up. No, don't shut your eyes. I see you shutting your eyes. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Then you can try to stay on track. Is that what you're trying to think or what you're thinking? Oh, Donna, chronic work problem. Actually, that can be a thing. I do understand and just I guess it's just assumption on my part that maybe that has increased now and I can understand why. I see Billy is here. Hi, Billy. How are you doing today? Oh, and I see that Taz T said, I just got home. I'm eating apples with peanut butter now. And actually, that's a really nice snack. Has others here had that? I think I've heard of a couple people that are like, well, that's weird. Or apples with cheese. Has anybody here tried apples with cheese? And I think that's maybe a little slightly more weird for some people. I myself enjoy that. Like, I'm talking like a good apple with some nice sliced cheddar cheese. You could try with other cheeses too, but there's something about cheddar cheese and an apple slice that's really good. And I'm not sure if it's accurate or not, but I know when I did trivia in the past that supposedly I believe it's in Wisconsin, when they serve apple pie, or they used to anyways, maybe it's not that way anymore, but they used to have the thing that they would serve it with cheese. And I don't know if the cheese is actually already like sliced or sprinkled over top, or if it's something you eat on the side with your pie. I'm not sure. So I'm not way weird or wacko because they did it at like restaurants or something. Donna is eating chili lime chips, loads with salt. Mmm, that sounds yummy. Okay, Gemma, that would be fun. Or very well, maybe fun is not the right term, but it's nice to relate to other people that have things that they deal with. And not everybody deals with the same thing. Now, even with other people that deal with like what I have, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, POTS, right? Not even all of us deal with the same thing. And I'm sure, Gemma, it's probably similar for you, right? Everybody that might be diagnosed with the same thing, it does not mean that you're going to have the same symptoms or same whatevers. Uh, and for me, it can vary too. A big part of, well, probably for you too, Gemma, and others out there that deal with chronic things, but I know this for sure. For me, with my syndrome, stress. Stress of different kinds, right? There are different kinds of stress, but stress in general is the biggest trigger. Now, stress could be pain, right? Pain is a stress. Stress could be the wrong kind of food you eat, maybe, because that can be stressful on your body. Heat and humidity can be stress on your body, especially for us people that deal with POTS. And then of course the obvious, just unkind words, let's say, from people, and just pressure from people, and just being around people sometimes can be stressful, right? Godspeed, Super Beast is here. Yeah, cool. But anyways, like for myself, in regards to POTS, let's see, let me make sure I didn't miss anybody before I get into something else. All right, so Gemma said I'm exactly right. Yep. Yeah, stress, anxiety, and communicating with people. Yep, those all can be stressors, right? Is that what you're saying, right? And those are things that we deal with that are hard. Because okay, heat and humidity, for example. Well, yes, anybody's affected by that. Being too hot and humid is going to affect anybody, right? The only difference is heat and humidity, for example, for me, is going to greatly affect me more because I'm intolerant to it. And I can deal with several days, even afterwards, of dealing with the side effects of my syndrome just because of maybe one day of dealing with too much too much heat and humidity, let's say, and not getting maybe potentially not getting a break from it. Now, anyways, to backtrack, as far as I know, I've always had this syndrome, probably all my life. I do remember when I was like in my teens that my heart rate would be higher than everybody else's, and it was kind of a funny thing to talk about at the time. It'd be like, oh yeah, I'm just standing here, and my heart rate's going like 90 something or 100 something, and to me it was normal because that's how my heart rate always was. That as far back as I know. Okay. It wasn't until it wasn't until I had more stress in my life that was put upon me in my life that I got more symptomatic. some things that I think were contributing to this at the time, because I was around 19 or 20 at the time when I got very symptomatic. It was after working the night shift, which can be hard on a person. Now, I do know of people that do the night shift, and maybe they'll be just fine. But for some of us, it's even more stressful because it is more stressful. Um, it is stressful for people to work at night because it's not normal for us to be. Is it called nocturnal? Right? It's not normal to be nocturnal. We're supposed to be sleeping. Anyways, between working nights, going to college full time, working the ambulance because I was an EMT, and I was also working as a lab tech, or not lab tech, like, well, yeah, I was a lab tech. I was like cleaning their equipment and filling things and whatever they wanted me to do. I was also a phlebotomist. Like, I did a whole bunch of things all at the same time, so I'm not sure if I got a lot of sleep either. So a lot of stress of doing stuff. Not that it was all bad, but it was a lot of doing stuff. And probably not a lot of sleep. Working nights. And after the fact, kind of found out I was one of the apartments I was in, anyways, had previously been flooded in, and it had carpet and such. So there was probably mold spores there too, and that is also a stress on your body. So let's just say there was a lot of things that just increased my stress because there's going to be some stress in your life anyways of some sort, right? But I got like really symptomatic. So I went in and got diagnosed, and that's when I found out that I have this syndrome. I never even heard of it before. But if you're able to try to keep in an environment that's not too high in stress, that helps a lot, obviously. During the summer, try to stay cool. To get too hot and humid is not good. To stay hydrated is very good. And then this will sound funny for some of you because some people are like on a, you know, low salt sodium diet for whatever reasons. It could be heart or whatever reasons for them. Well, for me, I actually need my sodium. If I'm low on sodium, I am more symptomatic. So, what I'm trying to say is, even through just diet and lifestyle, a person can minimize their symptoms. Now, supposedly you can never cure it. Supposedly you can never like be free of it, but you can greatly reduce and maybe even be symptom free. I do know there was one spell in my life where, um, some of that might have just been in my own mind of being less stressed in life. But I also adjusted my diet and made sure I had enough water, I had enough sodium, I had enough a lot of things, right? And I actually was almost symptom free for about a year. But other than that, I've pretty much dealt with something a lot of the time. And actually, that would have been right before the cow injury where I was able to finally figure out a way to control my symptoms. Now that I'm thinking about it as I'm talking, I just thought of that. It was the year before I got injured, I actually figured out a way, right? To some degree of what I could control in my life. And then I got injured. Well, when you get injured, you get hurt, right? Or you deal with pain, I should say. And because I dealt with pain, then I was more symptomatic, and then there was like a whole loop of things. Like I had kidney issues and all kinds of things, which just added to the snowball. But anyways, I was going down a little rabbit trail. I hope you didn't mind. I see Maria's Fun Times is here. Aw, so nice to see you. I am so glad you could take the time to be here. And I just want to take this time now to just let you know I do appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate you being here. And I do understand, just like I was telling you, there's that balance, right? That balance between trying to watch things here and on YouTube, basically in virtual land, trying to support our friends, maybe learning things, maybe being entertained by things. But then you have things here, what we would call in real life, although to me it seems silly to say real life because all of you are real people too. So to me, that's real life too. But you know what I mean. Like real life meaning in your own home, what you're doing locally, or what you're doing, what you normally should be doing outside of screen time. Let's just say it that way. So yeah, you gotta find that balance. And anyways, what I'm trying to say, I almost lost my rabbit trail there. Wow. I think it's because speaking of eating and all that kind of stuff, I haven't really ate since this morning, so I should probably think about eating something. But before I do that, I want to say that even if you can only be here for even literally a minute, even if you're only here for literally a minute and you click the like button and maybe you let some people know, but at the very least, if you can just click the like and just be here and say hi, that means the world to me. And if you have to go right away, I truly understand. There are things in life that you need to focus on. You can't just be here all day. If you can, that's great. I love it that you're here, but if you can't, I'm not going to be mad. It's reality. Exactly, Brian. And he brings up a point that I actually didn't think about until he said this. He said that this live stream is distracting me from my own pain at the moment. Another thing that I had dealt with, and it's kind of a side effect of stress and my syndrome and whatever else, is hold on. I got a phone call is coming through. It's like, no, I don't need phone calls right now. I'm doing a live stream. So if it was buzzing or you couldn't hear me, I apologize for that. And they're going to keep calling. Can you guys still hear me with it still doing that? I sure hope so. Just wait for a minute till that quits. You guys let me know. If that goes on and if I cut out, I guess there's not much I can do about it though either, because I can't go in airplane mode, let's say, because then I won't be here, right? Ugh. Geez, that's the bad thing about doing a live stream from your phone. Okay. Getting my brain back here. Brain. Oh yes, pain. Okay, yes. So the side effect of my syndrome, because my syndrome affects all sorts of things. Tachycardia means fast heart rate, and basically, in a nutshell, I think would be the way to put it. When you think of people that deal with POTS, it's basically when you get symptomatic, your heart rate goes really fast and your blood pressure gets very low. And when that happens, you pass out or faint, right? Uh, the fastest that I've had my heart rate be recorded at was it was at 220 beats per minute. That was the fastest that I've had it recorded at. And I think I've had it go faster. And then my blood pressure gets way low, so it was, I don't know, I want to say it was like 60 over something, maybe at the lowest, 60 something. Yeah, not 60 literally, but somewhere. But there's all kinds of other things that get affected too, like your appetite. It can affect, they basically say the syndrome can affect any of your organs in some way at any point in time. It could be multiple organs or just one organ, kind of thing. Digestion is one of them. And be it just stress in life or be it my syndrome, I dealt with really terrible gallbladder pains. I was suspecting it was gallbladder stuff, but anyways, I dealt with it. It got worse and worse for like about 2 years, and then I finally was able, let's just say, I was able to go in and get some assistance, and now it's better. But at the time, Brian is reminding me of this. At the time, I pretty much could figure, especially towards the end, it was almost every night after supper time, even if I didn't eat much that day, after supper time, I pretty much could figure I was going to be up for most of the night. And that's where live streams are on at night were wonderful because it distracted my pain. I still felt it. It was terrible. But like Brian's saying, it does help to some degree, right? To try to focus on something. something else. Because I have to say, gallbladder pain is not very nice. Airplane mode, fly fishing. There you go. How to Garden is here. Hi, how are you doing? Good to see you. Toyman's Bar and Grill says, I feel great now that I got my heart fixed. Yes, because for some of you that have been following for a while now, would know that he went in and got his leaky heart vessel, or valve, I should say, repaired. And so he's like the surgery itself was not pleasant, right? The recovery, I should say, because I don't think well, hopefully he didn't feel anything during this surgery, but it's the recovery that was horrible for a little while. I don't know, what would you say? Maybe about a month going from really bad to getting better, maybe? And then, I mean, he pretty much got back into it appeared of playing drums and, trying to get back into life as soon as he could, yet being careful, watch how much he did. But I know that did make a big difference for him, and that's wonderful. Oh, that's good. How to Garden is doing well. That's awesome. I truly do care of how people are doing. I I hope that each and every one of you are doing great, but I do know that some of you are not doing as great as you wish. But if I can bring you a little joy here today, that would be great because I like doing that. Hey, Joseph Grows back. Well, you know what that means. Joseph, here's a redo just for you. And yeah, I gotta look out for that end button, don't I?
Joseph growled in the house. Woo! 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 Joseph growled in the house. Woo! Woo! Woo!
All right. Well, there you go. There was a redo for us for Joseph Grohl. That does make me think. I am planning to make some more buttons for my regular people that are coming here. Trying to think of things, if I don't know you very well, and if I do a button, as I call it for you, it may just be something more general, but I want to make them each and like very special in their own way, if I'm able to. So far, I have one for Joseph, and I have one for Jimbo also. But I plan to add more because it's just fun. Why not? Oh, there's Tim Jackson. Well, Tim Jackson, you came in of me opening my first ginger beer. That's what you came into. Yep, I'm going to open this up. And I also had picked up a convenient chicken. Oh, but look what it says. What's this thing? Hold on. I got, it's a chicken. Yeah, it's a fiesta salad with chicken, it says. I'm hoping it's not too hot. If it's too hot, I might not be able to actually eat much of it because me and hot don't get along. Gallbladder not like too hot. Nope, nope. But it was discounted here at the store because I stopped at the store before I came here. And I looked at it and it looks fine. It's just getting closer to the expiration date, so they then reduce the price. And that is another thing with food, especially with us that deal with pots, is we're supposed to have, I'm not always good at this, because when you're not hungry, you don't think of eating. Anyways, they say more meals, well, more mini meals, I should say. So more meals, but smaller meals is better for us. So that we only have to digest a little bit at a time, and it's like every 3 hours. Let's say that I eat something that helps balance out anything in my blood, right? It could be my sugars, my proteins, whatever I need. It does help because for that year, like I was saying before I got injured, I did this. I watched what I was eating. It was basically low carb, high protein diet. Basically getting rid of the refined junk mostly. I still had treats, if you want to call it that. Like right now at my stream, I might still have a treat, or over the weekend, I mean, or a birthday party. I would still have, if you want to call it regular food, but I would try to emphasize on more of the proteins, more of the whole foods, and I would just try to have little bits of it through the day. So instead of three, maybe 2 to 3 large meals, I was trying to have like 5 to 6 mini meals, depending on what time I woke up in the morning. Oh, okay. Joseph said since his phone died, he did some house cleaning. Oh, there you go. Oh, wow. Joseph had 3 cups of coffee. See, myself, I'm not like a big, heavy, like coffee drinker. I know there's a lot of people that probably can drink coffee pretty straight, right? Like, what do they call that? Black, straight, maybe just a little cream in it, and they're good, right? Kind of thing. Is majority of it is the coffee. No, not me. I like the taste of coffee, but just like the taste of it, not coffee, like as that is all that's in the cup. So truly, you could say I am one that likes it more like a cappuccino, or use it as like a coffee extract is how I look at it. Because I make my own like protein shakes or drinks, and I might add a little coffee to it just for the flavor, but that's it. It's basically for the flavoring. The other reason I don't have a lot of coffee normally is because, well, I already have a fast going heart rate usually. Last thing I need is coffee, like a lot of coffee or anything caffeinated like that. Because I would like to keep my heart rate maybe around 100 or less. I would rather not get too close to that 220 again, because I have to say, the faster your heart rate goes, the worse you feel. And then sometimes you pass out, and well, I've had spells where I kept passing out, and that's no fun. Yeah, to explain the passing out though, I suppose it's your body's way of making you better to some degree, right? Because this is what happens. If it's just that, just the passing out part, for some people anyways, you have fast heart rate, you have a low blood pressure, if you have, I don't know, immune pots like I do. But when you collapse, then your body is horizontal, right? And then the blood flow can get back to your brain proper, and you might be alert right away, or at least you get blood to your brain anyways. There can be other complications with that can make you be passed out for longer, but that's if you have other stuff going on. But typically, if it's just that you didn't get enough blood in your brain, once you pass out, you should be alert again. The only problem is if you pass out, you never know what you might hit on the way down, and well, that's no fun. Tim Jackson, 15 beers make me pass out. Good. Yeah, I suppose it does. Yeah, so I am not going to have 15 beers. I don't even need 15 beers to pass out. So, I'll skip that one. Ah, yes. So, anyways, I think I'm gonna. So what I'm trying to say about eating too for today is I kind of was bad because, well, if I don't eat routinely, then I have brain fog too. So I couldn't even tell you at the moment what I had for breakfast. What did I have for breakfast? I think I had a pancake actually. Hmm. Anyways, it was a busy, busy day. It's like the day where my video got released and I had some other errands to do, and then now I'm here. So no excuse for it, I know, but it's been quite a few hours then since I ate, which is not a good thing. So I am going to have myself some salad while we are here. MBA, yeah. See, that is something I gotta really be careful about. And I know that can happen in general, like for you, and I've heard of other people. If you stand up too fast, you could like fall down again. Yeah. That's definitely something I've never been able to do. If I stand up fast, well, maybe when I was younger, but yeah, if I stand up fast, I would at least be very lightheaded and dizzy. But yeah, these convenient salads are kind of cool. Like they have everything here. This one here has like some chicken and cheese, some corn, and then the dressing I see to go along with it, and of course the lettuce underneath. So yes. And Puppy Breath was saying that yeah, so if anybody didn't see my latest videos, go and check them out when and if you have time, of course. And Puppy Breath was just saying, love the deviled egg video. Good source of protein. And that's true. And they're delicious. I do know that not everybody's cup of tea. That's how any foods go, right? But deviled eggs can be very good. Another way to have hard-boiled eggs would actually be to put it in your salad. That is another way people do that. Brian said was passing out trying to get out of bed last week. Aw. Oh, Tim Jackson. At my age, the drinker I get, the better I look, so I try to look good all the time. I don't know, Tim. That makes me think that's like a justification to be able to drink a whole bunch. But you do you. That's what you say. Oh, and Go Fish Diva. Oh, excuse me. The bubbles from that ginger beer is coming up, apparently. I saw you, and I don't know if anybody else has ever had that, but I see you, and then I just didn't say I saw you, but I see you. Just so you know. Pickled boiled eggs. Trying to think if I've had pickled eggs. Anybody else had pickled boiled eggs before? Sounds like it might be good. I like pickles and pickled things, or even fermented things like sauerkraut and such. Sauerkraut that's homemade, that is, because store-bought is just not ever the same, ever. Now, Tim, if you're playing around with makeup, I'm gonna start getting worried about you. Gotta stay away from the makeup, especially like the mascara and the lipstick. No, I'm just kidding. That makes you feel better, I guess. Enjoy your makeup. No, you said the beer's better, so hey, you get to drink it too, right? That makes it kind of fun. Okay, now they have this adult proof. Maybe I won't be able to eat. How do I get the top off? Guys, I don't want an adult. Oh, wait. Oh, I figured out. At first, I'm like, oh no, now I won't be able to. Hey, Scrapper Wolf, how are you doing this fine day? Good to see you. I don't know, this is going to make a lot of noise. Maybe I should wait. What time is it? Yeah, maybe. What else do I have? Maybe I have something else I can nibble on. This will be good, but I'm thinking I might wait till I'm done. It'll be a little hard to talk and have, like, a lettuce and stuff in my mouth, right? I'll have to eat a couple of the chickens here and a couple of the chickens. It sounds like I'm eating, like, whole birds. Speaking of which, I saw that, Brian. You put skunks. You said skunk in my stream. You're thinking of my skunks that ate my chickens a couple of years ago. Puppy breath, you're so kind. Said noise is okay. Yeah, I'm gonna eat a couple of these pieces of chicken at least, so I get a little protein in me at least. That would be horrible. I don't really want to pass out when I'm like solo here. You hear some noise and then nothing, and be like, what happened to Fishy? Wow. Go Fish Diva is flying to Rome next Monday night. Wow. That'll be cool. Yeah, I'll set my salad over here before I make a big mess, right? What else did I bring along? Oh, I forgot. I actually got some strawberry kefir. Do anybody here know what kefir is? Kefir has more kinds of probiotics in it than yogurt. Did you know that? More kinds of those let's call them good bugs. You know, the stuff that you're supposed to have in your digestive system that helps you out a lot. Yeah, the cultures in kefir tend to be a lot more than in yogurt, and it's delicious. And you know what? It's convenient. It's in a bottle, and that is what I'm gonna have right now. So I have something inside. Yay! Yummy, yummy. So let me know in the chat. Have you ever had kefir? Kefir is very good, in my opinion. If you like yogurt and things like that, you would like kefir, I would think. And Go Fish Diva said, "Fishy, as you can see, I even butchered Toyman's name, Ron, because I'm thinking about it a lot. LOL. What are you thinking about? I don't know. It's okay. We all have typos, right?" Dee Dee's knows. Okay, that's funny. Brian is saying that Dee Dee knows I'm talking about her and is trying to suck up. Yep, brown nosing you, right? That's funny. Oh yeah. Well, something else I suppose I could touch on. I wonder if I can put that up without ending my stream. Let's see. Da-da-da-da-da. Push that button. Ooh, that worked. Mm, well, I think I'll just put this one on because that's a good one to have on. Always remember to look for positives no matter how small they may seem, and always remember to smile each and every day. We'll just put that up for today. That way I don't have any accidental whatevers. Okay. Oh, I see. Go Fish Diva. That's funny. You said Rom instead of Ron. Can you think of Rome? Yeah. Hmm. Anyways, for those of you that may not know, we do have merch available. Um, and another thing that you guys may not know, because some of you might know we have merch, but some of you might not know that I am actually making the merch. Right now we have t-shirts, stickers, and business cards available. We can either do, well, there's multiple things that are possible. I have t-shirts, stickers, and business cards or whatever that are the design of our show for Thursdays, right? The Toy Man Fishy show. I also just started, and Ron and I, we talk, Toyman and I talk, and we figure out the design, and then I design it and I make it. Anyways, I also made, I made like just for Fishy merch. So it just says Fishy on it. And just for Toyman merch for his channel. Yes, Ken, if you smile, they might wonder about you. Anyways, so that's just something, food for thought for you all, that if you're interested, just get, contact Toyman or I, and we can figure out. Now, right now, I do have some shirts that are available now, but they are only in the large size right now. I do have a order pending. Uh, and once I get paid, then I will make it in and send it their way. It is an extra large, for example. So I can get different sizes. The reason I started with large t-shirt is, well, for one, I wanted to make sure it was going to work. Just to make sure, right? And then two, if I started to make and we decided it wasn't a good thing to do, well, at least a large t-shirt size would be fine for Toyman and I to wear. But it's working out really good, and uh, yeah. So, like I said, so we have our own designs for our show, and then for our individual channels. The other possibility is that we can also make merch for other people. And that could be for the business cards, for the stickers, or even the t-shirts. Like just recently, we just had a really big order of stickers, and this individual wanted me to come up with 3 different designs for their channel, for their stickers. And yeah, and so that is actually complete in regards to the payment, and they're happy with it. I just have to ship it off. I was going to send it today. It didn't work out. The post office, well, basically me get out of the house and the post office didn't line up. So we did not do it today, or I did not do it today, I should say. But that'll be going to that individual. I'll ship it off tomorrow. So that's exciting. And just so you know that once we get a few sales and all that, then the thought would be down the road we'll get equipment to help with making the process even more efficient and able to do other things. Because I am looking at a type of, I guess, machine, I'll call it, that will help me be able to do hats and mugs, like putting the design on a mug, like for your coffee, right, or your tea, or whatever you want to drink in it, and also designer plates. So that's the future. Woohoo! And then also in the meantime, just so you guys all know, and I know that Toyman's Bar and Grill would like me to state this also, that any of the profits is gonna go directly to me, in part because I do get the product to make the product, so it would pay me back in that regards. Put some aside, for that machine. Now, every once in a while, I think my bot has dropped my link here and there for PayPal, so that just in case if anybody ever wanted to just to donate, obviously you're more than welcome. But yeah, any little bit helps. So there you go. So we basically have our own merch, or I can make merch for you, or at least design something and see what you think, right? I do see that 911 is here. Nice to see you, 911 dispatch. And on that note, if I can get to it, hopefully, as I'm like scrolling on my phone, I'm like, hopefully it's not going to play other ones for you. But if it did, it did. But anyway, here is just a short little promo video I put together. I do plan to update it. And that is another thing that I just thought of before I play this. On my About page, I put my PayPal link. And so my About page on my channel, I have my PayPal link. I have a website that I'm building link, and also an email that I have attached basically to that website so that anybody who is not connected to me already in some other way or to Toyman can use that email. That email is dedicated to just merch stuff. So I just thought I better say that before I forgot. Okay, so here's a little video just kind of displaying like the highlights of what I have at this point. Okay, so here you go. So there you go. That is just highlights, I say, of what I have. And then another thought I had was like Patreon. Uh, But I have to tell you that there's something about this. I know what the middleman do it like talk. So I'm saying this in regard to basically I'm trying to figure out a way I can do it or I might do it myself or so but basically it would be my own subscribers that decide to pay a little extra to get perks. And the perks being like for a live stream only a little extra, get that. I got a unique t-shirt or a subscriber. Things like that. I'm just trying to figure out the how I would do it, but I'm kind of down for the being that make for others. I've made not done have things like work week website. I obviously have my own YouTube channel, but that means a lot of that. So I kind of want to make my own way of having for anybody that's interested. I'm gonna force, but if anybody's interested, paid by cutting it out. I wonder why I'm cutting. Really? Is this any better? Maybe I wasn't holding it by my mouth. I have a not as good headset. I'm using phone. Is that better? It is better? Okay, I bet it's just because I didn't have it by my Alright, well, I'll leave it here and you let me know if it's still choppy, and I do apologize if it is that way. But when I was being choppy there, wait. Oh. Well, that's frustrating. Too. Well, I will continue to talk, I guess. Hope it's better. Yeah, just kind of let me know, I guess. It's, uh, but yes, so I'm hoping to have people. They would be at different levels. Some perks they could have. It'd be kind of like Patreon, but it would be our own thing. So yeah, so please let me know in the chat if it's still choppy. Good. Ooh. Because I know it would be weird to try to understand. Chopping wood. Maybe here just for a little bit, so I know if it's choppy. Let's put this on for a little bit. let me know. Let me know if it's still choppy. Because, yeah, let me know if it's better, or let me know if it's choppy. Because if still, maybe I'll temporarily have Toy Man come up about how do you better, or if it's better, we continue. So, plus about 20 minutes left. So I do hope it's, but please let me, because I do too. So people here, they're going to have supper. What are you going to have for supper? If you haven't stated, go ahead and let us know. It's always nice to hear people what they're all about. All right, Puppy Dress is going to be right back. Hey, Toy Man's Bar and Grill, how am I sounding? Does it sound okay? Not? Then I would ask you to panel for and wonder if them phone too. So yeah, so is there anybody here that would be interested, I guess, in merch that I do have for our stuff? Okay, well then how about you come here on panel for a minute and I will uh go out, unplug and come back and see if it's better. Do that? Kind of thinking it might be the phone call that keeps calling. I plug in my phone. You're talking charger? Charger. I see Nora's eyeballs. Nora always has eyeballs, doesn't he?
Hi there.
Hi, I hear a repeat.
Yeah.
All right,
Oops.
so it's okay. So I'll go. I was just thinking I'll go out and come back. See if
Yeah, maybe if you try plugging in your phone, it might boost the signal a bit more on your headset.
okay. Yeah, I plugged it in. I plugged in the phone itself. My headset is not wireless; it's corded.
Right. Yeah.
And maybe I can make a quick phone call and tell the people to quit calling me every 2 seconds. That might help too.
Yeah, that's probably that could be it too as well. An incoming call can probably interrupt everything.
Yeah. So I will be right back. I'm gonna make a phone call, and then I'll be back. It should
Okay.
be short. So
All right.
just so guys, it's gonna be intermission for solo fishy for a minute. I'll be right back.
Oh, it happens.
Yeah,
It
and
happens.
I'm not pushing the end button. I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, it does happen. Audio's, It is what it is. So hope everybody's enjoying the solo fishy show. So I'm here just in case something like this happens. So I'm what you call the backup, I guess. So hope everybody is having a good day. Uh, so I on the other hand, got to work tonight. So, anyways, it's all good. And I work nights constantly. So and stressful. Trying to stay awake all night. I want to go to sleep, but it is what it is. Oh, let's see. Plus, also see my chat about Friday's stream. Okay, just scroll back. Hmm. Yeah, because I've been up and down most of the day here. Okay, 20 minutes bar and grill. I missed your Friday stream. Well, I went to see a house of. Yeah, well, that's cool. Oh, well, if you miss the stream, you miss the stream. It's fine, it's just one of those things, It's called if you got things you got to do, then go do it, you know. So it's all good. So I went and got gas this morning. I wanted to get home and get to bed, type thing, right? Well, got stopped by a train. Nora, you would have loved that train. It was a 5 minute train going by. Like, as soon as I seen how many engines were up front, and I'm going, oh, here we go. And then halfway through the train, oh, there's another locomotive. Oh, yeah, this is going to be a lot longer now. And it was. Toy Fishy LOL or Toyman Fishy or Toy Fishy. Well, when we do raid people, we do the hashtag Toy Fishy raid. So and that's what it says on the sleeve of our merch too. It's got Toy Fishy raid on there as well. So it's more or less like our signature coming in when we raid channels, doing it that way. The hashtag Toy Fishy raid. Here, I'll just put that up. This is how we do it. Just going to type it into the side chat. We always stick a couple emojis with it. I always use the sunglasses and the fish, and Fishy uses the fish, a couple eyeballs, and I think the hug emoji. There we go. So when you see us come into your stream, this is what you're going to see. That's how we do it. And yes, like like Fishy says about the merch, use her PayPal if you want to purchase anything, and all the proceeds and everything go to her. So there you go, ha ha, toy man. Well, that's just how we do it. So yeah, as we're getting back to the merch, yeah, use her PayPal, put an order in. There is a website on the that we have. There is the email on the website for merch only. So Even Nora knows about the hashtag Fishy Raid. Don't you, Nora? Northern Ohio Railroad action. So, and like I said, today is 47 degrees out, and there's no snow where I am. I'm doing a whole lot of raining, but not a whole lot of snow. So, I got a funny feeling we're going to get nailed with snow shortly.
Hello. Are you
Hello,
better?
welcome back. Yes, we're here.
I hope I sound better because I don't know. I told the people to stop calling me.
Right. So,
Mm-hmm.
it's sounding better so far. So,
That's good because I got thinking. You know how sometimes if you get a phone call and you're on
yes.
something else, then the phone like adjusts its audio or something, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I guess I
Yeah.
don't know how long it was choppy for, but I got thinking that might be why. So who knows?
I thought maybe it was your mic or something that was going on. I thought, oh, this doesn't sound good. So I thought I'd let you know what was happening.
Yeah. No,
So,
that's good because I have no clue.
yeah.
You know how it is. If a person's talking, we can't hear it on the other end, so no clue.
Right. Right. All right. Well, you're back. I can jump down now.
That's true, right? Because what do
Yep.
I have about 12 minutes or something, right? So
Yep. Yep. You got another 12 minutes. So there you go. So,
yeah. So you or anybody in the chat, just let me know if my audio goes goofy because it's a little disappointing to try to talk if you can't hear me.
yep.
All right. Well, thank you so much for helping out because I called the person, told them don't call. I'm doing a live stream, and I think I'm sounding better now, so that's good. And I drank a little too much, so I had to take care of that too. So, it's all good.
Well, yeah, we don't want you floating away.
Yeah. Row, row, row the
Yeah,
boat gently down the
So,
stream.
all
Yes.
right.
All right. Thank you.
Continue on. All right. Later,
Yeah,
everybody.
see you in the stream.
Okay.
Anyhow, so, oh wow, 911 dispatch is flying to Norway on Wednesday, December 22nd. Well, that's nice. And I'm just assuming then from what Toyman is saying, and nobody said anything in the chat, so I'm going to assume that you can hear me better now. So to kind of refresh to what we were talking about, sounds like there was some interest then if I did some videos on my post-oral orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. So look, keep your eyes peeled for that in the future. I'm not sure when I would release that because, I got to figure out how I'm going to, or what I'll talk about, or how I'll display it, or how I'm going to do it, I guess, right? So I would think maybe in the next month or something, I might have something like that. In regards to videos, I do hope that that you do enjoy the videos I do put out. I did just put out a video, a bonus video that is, yesterday. Got some stickers from Ralph Morick. They are really nice. And like really shiny and pretty and very, very nice. He got some very nice stickers. And then today, as I know me and Puppy Breath anyways, we're talking here in the stream. Today I put out a video of how to make hard-boiled deviled eggs, and those are really yummy. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled. It's kind of back and forth of snow and food and whatever I can think of, I guess, of things that I can share with you. And that's what I was thinking. Maybe I can share about my syndrome I deal with. Trying to always think of more ideas. I don't know if any of you people that do content if you ever get stumped to what to do next. So that's where I'm at, just trying to figure out things to do. I guess some will be same things, some sort of food thing, and nature and animals and things I've already done, but there might be some new stuff, like I say, like about my syndrome, or maybe some other things I can talk about or show you. I am trying to get back onto um, the way of eating like I did the year before I got injured by the cow. So I am hoping that that will help with my syndrome. I am also trying to work on reducing stress in life, and all that takes time and figuring out. So basically, I'm trying to say that in time, I am hoping that I'll be able to be less symptomatic, which will be wonderful because then I can do more things in life and enjoy life more. Thank you there, Nora. Nora just put in a couple of links to some videos. Actually, I think it's the videos I was just speaking about because the one said, yes, very delicious. So the one is the mail call and the other one is the very delicious video, right? So there you go. Thank you, Nora. So today I guess that you got, well, mostly solo fishy for a little longer. There was a little, a little bit of not just because of technical difficulties. So thank you again, Toy Man's Bar and Grill, for stepping up to help out there for a little bit. Well, I needed that. And I really did need a bathroom break anyway, so it did work out pretty good. I do see that we still have 8 wonderful people here, so I do thank each and every one of you for being here. I have to say, now seeing 911 dispatch saying something about flying from Atlantic City makes me wonder that if anybody here in the chat has a drone. I myself do not have a drone. I have used footage from a drone from videos I've made for people, which was really, really cool. It sure adds to the video. And so I do hope one day to have my own drone. Like I say, it was, my brother got involved with a wedding that I was hired to videotape, basically. So I had several cameras on the ground to take video while he was doing his drone, and hey, that was awesome. And then when I edit the video and put it all together and incorporated the sky view, that really added a lot. So I've never had my own drone, but I have used drone footage a couple times. So that's really nice. So yeah, just let me know. Do you have a drone? I do know that Toy Man's Bar and Grill has a drone. But other than that, I guess I don't know if anybody else has a drone. But I really should look into that at some point. Because I think that could add a lot to my videos. Well, maybe that'll be a thought for next year. You never know. You never know what Santa Claus might bring you, right? I'm just being funny. Who knows? I am grateful and content with what I do have for doing videos. I have a video camera that I was able to get through doing the wedding in the past. That helped me be able to get that and afford that. And then through my wonderful YouTube family, I was able to replace my dying older cell phone with this cell phone, which takes beautiful footage, beautiful pictures and beautiful video footage, which is convenient too because I don't always have my Canon video camera with me, right? So it's nice that the phone can do its job too very well. Because pretty much everywhere I go, I have my phone, right? So convenient. Wow, I can't believe it. We are almost to the end. I have to say, the time really flew pretty fast. Up until, until we had the little bit of audio going on, I'm thinking, I hope you can hear me, kind of thing. It wasn't really that I would be stressed out if it wasn't working, but it just makes you wonder if I should talk or not if you can't hear me. That's all. But I hope you can hear me well now. I will have to inform the family member that kept calling me over and over again, thinking if they call repetitive that I'll answer. Knowing I did know where the phone call was coming from, so I was pretty sure it wasn't an emergency, which it wasn't, because normally if somebody would call over and over again, that could mean there was something wrong. Uh, but anyways, it ended up being nothing wrong. They just wanted to chat, and it's like, no, this is not the right time. And please don't call again. I'm doing my live stream. Wow, I see Bryce and Evie in the house here. I'm going to assume it's just Bryce, or maybe it's Bryce and Evie. You just never know. But I would like to say hi to both Bryce and Evie. And I still hold them special in my heart, just knowing their story, basically, of how they met and everything. I think that's pretty nice. It's pretty beautiful. Yes. Yep, that would make sense that the emergency number is 911. I believe in other countries it's a little bit different, but for here in the States, anyways, and such, it's 911. You are correct. Evie is in the background. Okay, I kind of wondered because it is getting to be later part of the day here, and I remember by the time it's later in the day, on Thursday anyways, I think it was, that she was coming home from work or something. So that's why I was like, well, I think it's just Bryce, but she might be there. And even if she wasn't there, I still would want to say hi to her. So hi to Bryce and Evie. It is that in Canada too. Okay, I was pretty sure it was 911 in Canada also, but you never know. Oh, it's 111 over there. Okay. Well, hey Nora, are you still here? That is what it should be here. Because see, Nora can only count up to one. It might be a little difficult to do more than 1-1, but I mean, if it's 1-1-1, you might actually know how to call them. Oh, that's nice, Bryce. It's her day off. Well, I hope she got to enjoy it. Like, what did you guys do? Did you do any, or I suppose you still maybe had to go somewhere, possibly. But I hope she enjoyed her day. I hope she spent the time of whatever it is that makes her happy. Have a cup of tea or have a nice. I was gonna say have a nice warm bath or something, but if I'm thinking correctly, you guys have some nice weather over there. So maybe a bath isn't quite the nice thing right now, and maybe a hot cup of tea isn't quite nice. Because I'm going by what it is here. Here it's cold, and those things sound very nice to me. And I got Ron laughing anyway. He knows what I'm talking about. I have a feeling I'm going to see some eyeballs from Nora here soon. He knows I'm just being funny, and he's being funny back with the one thing. Because, see, there was a time I'd asked, how many years is a century? I think it was a century I asked, right? And he put 1. Oh, geez. Now I got alarms going off. My phone. I hope that doesn't ruin my audio. If it does, I do know that if I go out and come back, it should be better. So just let me know if the audio gets goofy, okay? Bath might be okay, actually. Rain, rain, rain. Oh, it's been raining. Okay. Rain, rain, go away. Come back another day. Well, maybe not. Maybe you don't want it to come back. I don't know. But you probably do want it to come back, because if it doesn't come back, then it's going to get dry and yucky and droughty, and, nothing grows when it's too dry. Oh, wow. I just happened to look at StreamYards, and Oh, we met the 2 hour mark. Can you believe that? So, unless there's some other things you would like to chat about, I'll probably be ending my stream. And just so you know that my nice little Nightbot is dropping links. And if I'm seeing this, and if I'm seeing it correctly on the screen, my PayPal was just dropped in by Nightbot. And just keep that in mind if you decide you want to have, some merch, let's say. That would be the means I would use for payment. So that's good to keep it from that regards. If you ever want to help with the channel, you could just write it in there. And like I say, and maybe you weren't able to hear all I said because I was choppy, but basically, I have to figure out the details. But I'm doing my own merch, I am making my own website. I looked into Patreon and other things, and there's some things going on that they basically pocket a lot of money and they overly censor people nowadays, apparently. So I got thinking, why not? Maybe I'll do my own thing. And if there's any subscribers that decide that they would like to, maybe pay $5 a month or whatever it is, they'll get extra perks just for them for supporting my channel and supporting me and supporting us, really, because you have this, yeah, this is Fishy time. And yes, on Fridays you have Toyman's Bar and Grill time. And on Thursdays you have the Toyman and Fishy time. So I say me, us, him, whatever, but it's a dual purpose or a dual uh not dual purpose, that might not be the correct word. Dual, like it's two of us. It's teamwork. We're a team. Our channels are a team effort. Right now I am getting close to that 1K, which is wonderful. I do need a lot of help with watch hours. So if you have extra time, if you want to be entertained, possibly if my videos are entertaining, please watch my playlist. Watch some of my videos when you're able, because I do need to increase my watch time, and I am hoping that by the time, or maybe not too long after I get to 1K, that I can get monetized. Now, I do understand you're not going to make millions and billions on YouTube, but every little cent does help. I do see that Dwayne is here. Hi, Dwayne. Good to see you. It is so good to see everyone here. I do see Captain Jerk is here. Oh, excuse me. Got like a little belchy thing going on. And yes, 911 dispatch, I did read your comment. Bryce, if you don't mind, I'd like to come up with a clothing design for this show. I just need a few editions of that fish. Oh, for this show. Yeah, well, I think, if you're referring to our merch stuff, I mean, if you want to throw ideas and stuff, I suppose that's okay. But pretty much, Ron and I have decided, we'll do what we do and we'll leave it at that because we don't want too many fingers, I guess, in it. It's just, I think, best to keep it simple in between the two that are working together. But I mean, I'm sure little things here and there doesn't hurt if you have any ideas. 911 dispatch, I do see you. And I read your comment. There are others here too, so just remember that. But anyways, I think this would be a good time. Let's see, I gotta figure out. Well, the worst case scenario here, I would end the broadcast, right? But I'm gonna try to do something before then. La 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 la. There we go. See if I can get there. Doo, doo, doo. Okay, so I'm going to show you the promo one more time. And then I'm going to say goodbye, and then I'll put the ending song on, and then we'll be done for today. Okay? So here's the promo. All right. Well, you all take care, and thank you for being here. And here's our ending. So you all, we'll see you hopefully on Thursday for the Toy Man and Fishy show from 3 o'clock to 7 o'clock. Then also Toy Man's Bar and Grill will have his stream on Friday night starting at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And then it starts all over again. Now for next week, I'm not sure if I'll try to do another 2-hour or if I'll go back to a 1-hour. We shall see. The Mondays are kind of up there in regards to stream. I'll either do no stream, 1 hour, 2 hours. Not sure yet, but there will definitely be video. So everybody take care. Stay safe. Remember my saying here, and we will take care. Bye.